and welcome. My name is Jocelyn and today we are doing Shop My Stash for the month of September. Ooh, nope, the month of October. My months are all screwy. We are doing a Shop My Stash for the month of October. If you are not familiar with what Shop My Stash is, it's where I go through my makeup collection and pull new things in to use for the month. So we're starting October. I want to start fresh with some products that maybe I haven't given a lot of love to recently. It's a good way to make sure that you get use out of all of your makeup in your makeup collection. So if you're circulating through it pretty frequently, it's a good reminder to do that. I am keeping some things in my beauty box, the original beauty box. It's what I use to organize my makeup. So there are going to be quite a few things that I'm rolling over into the month of October, some project pan or just things I want to just continue to use. So I think that's enough of an intro. Let's go ahead and just get started. All right, so we are going to go ahead and start in this first drawer. I am not pulling any mascaras because I'm currently using some. I do need a couple single eyeshadows because I did pull some of them out from the ones that I was using last month. I'm going to go ahead and pull in this. I think this is a Lancome eyeshadow in the shade All That Glistens. I got this for Christmas from a friend maybe 2 years ago. It's this really pretty taupey purple sparkly shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this in to use. I think I'm gonna also bring in this. I think this is a L'Oreal eyeshadow in the shade Bottomless Java. It's one of their infallible eyeshadows. I don't even know how many times I've used this. Not very often if I can remember. Maybe only like once if we're being honest. So let's go ahead and bring this in to use. And I think that's it from here. I do have some eyeliners right here. Do I want to bring any of these in? Yeah, I'm gonna bring in this dark green eyeliner by ColourPop. This is in the shade Workout. It's a super, it's a super dark green color. Oh, well, I guess you can see it. Super creamy. It looks black. So let's go ahead and bring this in. And then I think that's actually going to do it for this drawer. Moving into this drawer, I actually think I'm going to pull in one of these Too Faced Peach Mattifying Photo Focused Finish Primer. This is the Peach Primed and Peachy Primer. I've never tried this before, and I have 2 samples, as you can see. So I think I'm going to bring this in and give it a go. I don't know that I've really heard good or bad things about this, so I'm excited to try it. Next, I think maybe I do need a concealer. I think I'm going to bring in one of my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Concealers, and I think I'm gonna bring in this lighter one. This is in the shade Fairlight. This is one of my favorite concealers. It just works so well on me, and it's kind of one of my tried and true. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this in. I do need a foundation, but I'm worried that most of these are too light for me. Ooh, maybe not this Naked Skin one. Let's go ahead and bring in this Naked Skin foundation. Yeah, okay. Then I don't need any more primers or any more concealers, any more foundation. So I think that's good for now. All right, moving down into my blush, bronzer, powder, and face palette drawer. I don't need any bronzers or contour powders. I do want to pull in at least one blush. I think I'm going to bring in this little Bare Minerals blush. This is in the shade Golden Gate. It's this really pretty powder blush. This is what it looks like. It's kind of like a neutral rose tone, maybe like a peachy rose tone shade. It's really beautiful, actually one of my favorites. So let's go ahead and bring that in. It's been a while since I've used it, and I think I don't know if I want highlighter. Actually, let's go ahead and bring in this Anastasia Glow Kit. It's been a hot minute since I've used this, and I would like to use it. I'd also like to try and use this Tourmaline shade as eyeshadow color because I haven't tried that and I can't really use it as an actual highlighter, but I think it could be really pretty as an eyeshadow color. So that gives me a blush and a highlighter. I don't need any contour shades. I'm using the ColourPop powders right now, but now that I think about it, I could probably put those back. And I do have this Becca powder right here. This is the Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder. So I got this from a friend and I'd like to try it because I haven't tried it yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this in and then maybe put one of the ColourPop powders back, maybe the loose powder, and keep the setting powder or the pressed powder in my everyday makeup basket. And then I don't think I'm going to bring any of these. I have the Hourglass face palette that I think I'm going to keep in to use for another month, so I don't think I need any of these. Moving down into quite possibly my favorite drawer in my collection, which is of course my eyeshadow palettes, and I don't really know, well actually no, I know the first eyeshadow that I want to pull in is this Huda Beauty Gemstones Obsessions palette. This is what the inside looks like. I raved about the Coral Obsessions palette recently, but I haven't got to use, or I just haven't used this palette, but it's just so pretty. I love the way this looks. So I am going to pull this in to get some use out of it and develop an opinion. And okay, so we're going into October. When was the last time I used this? I am going to bring in my Naked Heat palette. I think it's been a while since I've used this. I mean, October just feels very warm tones, orange colors. So yeah, I'm definitely very excited. This just like screams October to me. I mean, I guess it could also scream middle of the summer, but oranges, warm colors, they're just making me feel October. So that gives me a total of 4 palettes. Do I need another one? I mean, do I need another one? Probably not. Do I want another one? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the Juvia's Place Saharan 2 palette. I haven't used this yet. I did use the Masquerade palette, but I haven't used this yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this one into use for the month of October, and that's probably going to be it because that's quite a few palettes. And I am gonna be getting the ColourPop Princess palette. I'm extremely excited about that. If there's anything I love more than makeup, it's Disney, so you better believe that's coming into my collection. I always want to pull for more, but I think that's gonna be good. So let's move on. All right, moving in to my ColourPop Super Shock Shadows. The first one that I'm really leaning towards is this, oh, not this one, is this one, the shade 8 Track. It's this really cool, it's kind of like a green shade, like a bronzy green. Let me see, let me just give you a swatch of it. Come on, focus on my arm. Ooh, look at that cool, it's like very like, I don't even know, like army green, bronzy shade. So I'm gonna bring this in, and then I also think I wanna bring this shade in. This is the shade DGAF. Go ahead and give this a swatch while we're at it. This one's definitely drying out a little bit, so might as well use it while I can. Look at how cool that looks. Okay, so we're gonna bring these 2 shades in, and I think that's gonna be it because I have 2 more ColourPop shades already pulled aside from last month. Well, one in my project pan, one from last month, so that's gonna be good. Okay, on to lip products. This is the first set of products that we have to go through. I already have some lip products rolled over from last month. I think what I do wanna bring in is this Ciate London shade liquid lipstick in the shade Pinup. This is one of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas. I wish that they had more shades available, but they don't. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this one in. I'd like to actually like maybe use this up at some point, maybe in a project pan next year or something, so that I can buy the full size. And I also am gonna bring in this satin liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Jiffy. It's just like a really nice nude color that I can wear for work. I'm gonna bring that in, and I think that's gonna do it for this drawer. Yeah. Moving in to this next drawer, the first shade that I know I want to pull for is not this one, is this one. This shade Cami. This is a matte X shade. This is one of my favorite formulas, but I don't think that they make this formula anymore. Here, let's give it a swatch right here. It's definitely like a warm toned pink almost. I don't know how well that's gonna show up, but I really like this formula. I really like this shade. It's a good neutral color that I can wear to work and stays really well on the lips. And then, actually I think that's gonna be it from this drawer, yeah. This is the last drawer that we have, and I think the only one that I want to pull for is this Huda Beauty liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Trophy Wife. It's this really beautiful shade. Here, let me give you a swatch. Ooh, such a pretty color. I love that. So I'm really excited. I don't actually know if I've worn this shade yet. Maybe I have to have. I'm not actually sure. And that's gonna be it. So let me put these things into my beauty box and then come back at you with the final results. All right, so here we go. I decided to give you kind of an overview first. So as you can see right here, on the very edge of this 3-compartment brush holder, I hold all of my eyeliners and eyebrow well, most of my eyebrow utensils, tools. And so this is where I put the eyeliner that we pulled out. I have 2 spray bottles right here. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit back here, as well as the Juvia's Place palette because it doesn't fit properly in this container. On top up here, as you can see, I have 2 products up here. These are products in my project pan that I don't want to forget to use, so I keep them up here. And then let's go ahead and move into the actual beauty box. So this first drawer is where I keep all of my lip products, as well as 2 eyeshadow glitters. So I have a Stila one and a ColourPop one over here. They just fit very nicely in here, so this is where I keep them. You'll notice some of the ones that we pulled in, as well as some of the ones that are rollovers from last month. Next drawer down, this is where I have my mascaras, eyebrow gel, eyeshadow primer down here in the bottom, brow pomade, and then all of the single shadows that we brought in. So the ColourPop ones we brought in, the Lancome one, L'Oreal, and then I think from here back, these are all rollovers from last month. So I have one from NYX, ColourPop, Stila, Bare Minerals, and then my beautiful Hourglass Scattered Light eyeshadow. Oh, and then also on the left here are all of my kind of beauty tools, as well as Q-tips and stuff like that. The next drawer down is pretty chock full. This is where I have all of the kind of face, I guess everything's a face product, but I have foundation, concealer, primer, and then I have the setting powder right here that we brought in, and then also the Kat Von D powder foundation. Over on the right, we have 2 setting, oh, I was actually gonna bring this one out, that's right. Here, let's pull that one out so I don't get tempted to use it. So I have the ColourPop pressed powder, the Physicians Butter Bronzer, this is in my project pan, the blush that we brought in, the ColourPop highlighter in the shade On the Cusp. This is one of my favorite products recently. I love using that. A blush that's in a project pan, a highlighter that's in a project pan, and then also a little liquid highlighter that I haven't yet to use, even though I brought it in months ago. Finally, this last drawer is where I have all of the rest of the palettes. So I have the 2 sitting over here that don't fit very well in here, and then I have 2 that we just brought in. So this Huda palette and then the Naked Heat palette. This Naked palette is in my project pan for the year. This is the Hourglass palette. This is a face palette. This is what I chose to roll over from last month. The Shade and Light palette, one of the pans in here, is part of my new project pan, and then this little Z palette has some shades in it that are also part of a project pan. So there is the lowdown. And there you have it. Those are all of the products that I would like to get some use out of and play around with for the month of October. If you like Shop My Stash videos, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, or if you just liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want more content from me, don't forget to subscribe before you go. All buttons are down below. And I think that's everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.